Deus Vault, my fellow gamers. Here we're going to be talking about the Balefire catapult for the undead in Mantic, Kings of War style. Here, the kit's actually pretty awesome. As with all catapults, they're a pain in the butt to assemble once you have all the pieces clean, because you're actually having to hold 5 pieces together at once. So you'll have the catapult here, the tension rope here, the 2 sides there, and then you have this axle right through the front of it. And you have to hold all those pieces together and glue them. It's okay with this since I'm using the Tamiya extra thin cement, so that you can kind of mush it around and whatnot. Having to hold that many pieces together, it's hard to make it level. Like you see, I've got my front wheels level there, that's fine. But here on the back end, do you see how that is raised up off the base that I made here? But the other side is not. So, yeah, see, there's a despondency there. There's a gap there, no gap there. What I'm just going to do is when I put ballast on here, I'm going to shove ballast underneath that. Make it look level. Now, I made the base for it. This is just, it's extremely simple. I actually have to clean it up a bit more because the front's looking rough. You can see the different cuts there. But they give you the 2 bases for these cats back here, the 2 crew members. But since this has wobbly model syndrome, you know, it's going to teeter back and forth. And it also comes with the ammunition bag here. I felt like it needed more of a dioramic base. And with the crew members, if one of them dies or whatever, I'll just put a token on it or something. Say, you know, a blood token from Gale Force 9 or something like that. Say, okay, this dude is gone. But I don't think that's how it works in Kings of War. I think the whole model would be removed. Let's get to why I really like this model. Okay, this model, it's all in hard plastic, like I said. And I really like it because you are not stuck with crew members, really, okay? You can have a total of 4 different crew members. All right, you got this dude here who's cranking the lever to launch this skull. Then you have the little commander dude here. Okay, very happy guy, pointing his finger saying, no, aim right there to him. So, the bodies will be the same, but you can change it out to cat loading the catapult, and that's just one big piece. You just sock them in there. And then here, you've got this spyglass guy. And, pardon me. So, the next catapult that I build will have the spyglass guy and the loader. And, okay, so the spyglass guy, he has to be, no, he can be holding, okay, he can either be holding a shield or he could be this torso here, holding the sword and then cranking that spyglass up. So, let me see, yeah, he can have the shield with this torso or that spyglass. So you can make them a few different ways. What I would suggest is dry fit, see which one looks better. Like maybe this dude looking to one side with that spyglass up, you might think he looks more heroic than this dude here just rocking a shield and with a spyglass. But very nice models. Again, since I put it on one base, I cut this big thick plastic chunk off, just so that they could fit with just their little bare skeleton feet on the bottom of the bases. And it makes for a cleaner look. Here I'm thinking about putting some stumps or trees or something like that, just to make it even more scenic. I don't want to put too much in front of this stuff, so maybe a little stump would be okay. But still, it's pretty bare. I didn't want 2 jack-o'-lanterns there, because, you know, one's good enough. Now, since I'll have a loader there, what I'm going to do on my sprue here is I'm just going to take out the Dremel tool and carve out this skull, make it empty, and that will also drastically change the look of the catapult itself. I'm actually toying with the idea of getting rid of these big, bulky, chunky shield pieces. Just get rid of those completely and find something else to put there, or just carve in the wood. But the shield parts, I think it's really a detriment to this piece. You've got the wood grain, these rivets and whatnot, but then here you've got these big blocky, I mean, it's not even the same thickness as a shield. Things are like chunks of metal or something. They're just crazy huge, thick. So yeah, I'm gonna, you know, it's kind of a shame to see the same kind of repeated model over and over and over again. Since I'm only planning on having the two, I'd like for them to stand out as much as possible. So getting rid of that skull there and doing something with these shield pieces will help make this model more individual. You know, a lot of people, they're lazy. Let's face it, that's why commissioned painters exist. So they won't take these steps, but these steps will help you have a more unique army that will still keep the same feel. The thing is with the same feel, it's just to keep your bases ballast all the same, flocked all the same, tuft all the same. And like I'm scattering pumpkins or jack-o'-lanterns throughout my army, and I'll have autumn leaves. I actually need to get out my leaf cutter so I can show you guys that. But you know, that's the main part of unifying an army. Make sure the bases are all the same. You're gonna have characters that are gonna look different, way different than the rest of the army. They're gonna be dressed different, whatnot. You know, painting them all at the same vein is nice, but really the bases are where it counts. So all in all, I'm very happy with the kit, and I like having it on its own base. I don't have 3 individual models to mess with, just the one. That being said, I don't like to multi-base a lot of stuff. I know multi-basing is a thing in Kings of War, but I don't care for it. And another reason why I took these guys off their bases is because I screwed up on my mummies. Now these guys, I based 5 of them at first, just like this cat here, squared up. I completely forgot my lessons on Warhammer Fantasy Battles, which is everything goes at a 45-degree angle. That helps everything rank up better. So if you guys build where the shoulder squared of this guy is facing the point of the base. There's your 45-degree angle. There's more of him that fits on the base, and he can rank up easier with the rest. That's if you guys build like this. I know a lot of people don't do the individual builds. I've always painted my models one by one. I can't get around the mindset of painting an entire unit all at the same go. That just, it bothers me. Like, how can you get into the nooks and crannies of everything? And I know that there's some leeway with Kings of War where you don't necessarily have to have 40 models in a unit. You can spread it out like 35 or something, as long as it looks the same, it's on the same size base, and it's thematic. But I don't know. It actually boils down to rules mistrust. I have been screwed over so many times by Games Workshop and how they continue to change the rules that I don't trust it. So the multi-base thing, I'm pretty sure Ronnie and the crew are going to try to keep that a solid thing, since people for years have been multi-basing. But I still don't trust it. I'm going to do my single bases because I can, you know, number one, it's what I'm used to. Number two, rules mistrust. And also other games, you know, who knows? because I don't want to buy a whole nother undead army to play a whole nother game. If these guys will work for something else, I could do it. Am I going to go back to Warhammer Fantasy Battles? No, I'm not giving that company a dime more of my money. They can practice falling down cliffs for all I care. So that's why I'm keeping everything Mantic. Do I still have Games Workshop models? Yes, I do. I have very expensive Games Workshop models. But yeah, those were purchased ages ago. But anyway, I messed up on their bases. I kept him the same. And what I had to do with him is I had to cut down his magnificent cape here. Let me see if I can find someone else. It's not that guy, it's this guy right here, isn't it? Okay, so you can see the cape cut down that I did, and that's so that he could rank up and his cape wouldn't hit people. Now this guy's at an angle, yeah, but see, if he wasn't at an angle, his cape would start hitting people. So I had to carve that thing down, an easy fix. And I was able to save one base. But with the other bases, I borrowed them from the skeleton crew of my Balefire catapult. So everything worked out for the best. I'm going to build my second one, ballast them, prime them, and put them in the display case until I'm ready to actually physically paint these bad boys. They went together very well. There's no big goofy gaps. If anyone has ever put together, it's not the old Screaming Skull catapult, because those are actually very easy to put together, and metal too. But it's the metal, and I think that they made them later on in Fine Crap. But it's the Tomb King's version of a catapult. I don't know if they called it the Screaming Skull catapult or what. I've forgotten. It's been ages. But I put together one because I indeed was a commission painter. And a buddy of mine owned a shop, and he wanted this whole Tomb King's army. So I was like, all right, whatever. So during the process of building that model, I actually threw half of it across a room. I was so incensed mad. It has all these little pieces of hate that have to fit and in line, and it's not like you can build, you can put the pieces in and just trust in how straight your lines are, because what happens with glue and whatnot is it will move. So I can't say, here's part A, I'm going to put part B here and trust that it's going to be exactly where I need it to be. Because it could be over here a little bit, it could be over here, over here, over here. And so what you need to do is you need to put the two halves, just sandwich them together and have those pieces all lined up. But you've got, like, I think it was 4 pieces in that stupid thing. So yeah, 4 pieces, I believe, that were in between 2 other pieces. So you're holding 6 pieces at once. And it's ridiculous. And it was a full metal thing, so anyway. Yeah, Games Workshop for the fail. On a note, with my vermin stuff that was mismolded, like I had a Hacker Halftail with his face sliding off, and I was missing one base for my giant rat swarm. The guys, they were wondering which Hacker Halftail I bought, and I said, I would like that another Master Creeper set, because it's a better set. And I had already purchased one to make a Master Creeper, but you can make Hacker Halftail from it. And he's quite a bit bigger than the metal Hacker Halftails. And they said, yeah, man, we'll give you that. That's fine, since you like the kit anyway. So that's being processed. Hopefully that'll come in the mail here soon. We'll see. But, I've never had problems with Mantic, It's a small crew, but the people there are excellent people. So, yeah, I'm very happy with this Balefire catapult. If you guys, get an opportunity, you can pick these things up. And they're some of the few shooting that undead get, but they're very cool. But anyway, I just wanted to share that with you guys. You guys take it easy. Carry a liaison.